FusionFall is a reimagined Cartoon Network world where all of our characters live together. The world, of course, is being invaded by a terraforming planet eater called Planet Fuse. And don't put my arm up so it won't get in the shot. So it's being invaded by a planet-eating entity called Planet Fuse, which is trying to convert the world into a ball of slime so it can absorb it. Player characters are helping the Cartoon Network characters to fight the invasion. They do this through two styles of play. We have a traditional MMORPG type of character advancement, very simplified, but still there. So you get to create characters, advance yourself, and get new equipment and gear and personalize your avatar. But the other aspect of the game is we are combining platform play into the game. And this is one of the platform play areas. This is Megas' junkyard, or Goat's junkyard from Megas. And Megas over there has been slimed. And part of your job is to help clean out these areas. And a lot of it is done by navigating these platforms. You saw I just totally wasn't able to make the jump. And that's where the nanos come in. These are small representations of the Cartoon Network characters. As you do missions for the Cartoon Network characters, they give you the components to make them, and each has their own little power. Mandark here helps you jump. So I'm going to be able to make this jump now. And you'll be able to move up, get up onto the platforms. You have moving platforms. We have, up there is a zip line, slides, cannons, bounce pads. There's a bounce pad over there, but we got a monster in front. And what happens is that Mandark's no good for fighting the monsters, but Eduardo here, as soon as I get you a better shot, heals me. So, and Eduardo is now healing me. Forearms over here. Cast the net. Slows the monster down. And we can get over here to one of the other features of a bounce pad, or platform play, which is our bounce pads. And change over to Mandark again. Now let's see if I can get this timed right. There we go. Up. There we go.
So it's an MMORPG, but there are lots of platforms.
This is a platform game. Yeah, it's a combination of MMORPG and platform play. Where the target market that we're going for really likes platform play, and it's something different. It's not your standard MMO. A lot of the gameplay is going to rely on player skill, the ability to do this. It won't stop you from advancing, but to get the really cool stuff, you're going to have to manage to get yourself up to the top of Megas. And a couple of the kids here have already done that. Me, I never can get up to the top of Megas. Each one of the Cartoon Network reimagined universe, we've got Mandark's lab, we've got Dexter's house. We also have areas that are, and I've been done. I have been defeated. Sticky Beard Ship. It's just been a hoot to make these areas and integrate and reimagine the universe. We get to have little discussions about. Now, if Mandy meets number 3, how long until Mandy decides that she needs to be sent to an alternate dimension? So we got a lot of player interaction or character development. We are in the cul-de-sac, and nearby the cul-de-sac is Sticky Beard Ship.
And I've noticed that instead of a gun now, you have
A sword, yeah. Well, so we have a whole variety of strange and bizarre weapons. We have swords and guns and rotten tomatoes and all those type of things. So this is Sticky Beard's ship. It's been slimed as well. Now you notice I got Mojo up. Mojo helps you run away fast. And let me get us back over. Mojo, Sticky Beard's pirates have lost control of their ship, so they've set up a camp over here. And let's get over.
So how does melee combat differ from ranged combat?
Melee combat is closer ranged, and it's much more of an area effect. So each weapon has a different. Lost. Each weapon has sort of a different targeting mechanism associated with it. So we got bomb throwers that do area effect attacks, but they have a fixed range. We've got melee attacks, which sweep an area in front of you. We've got sort of scattergun, shotgun type of attacks that fire off in an area, a cone in front, that type of stuff. That's part of the gameplay, is deciding what type of weapon and how it targets and how it attacks enemies you want to take out. You only get 2. And so, she's got Valhallan's axe. So, for the people who like Dexter, that is Valhallan's, Van Halen's axe. No, Valhallan's axe. So we got, we're using guitars and other weird things as weapons because this is a cartoon show.
So I noticed that she's wearing kind of a unique yellow sweater there.
Yep. Yeah, this is.
What kind of customization options do people have when making
right now it's all items, different colors, different. So we're not going to be able to let you colorize the individual pieces, but we're going to have. That'll get me back into the thing. We're going to have literally hundreds and hundreds of different costumes and items that you can earn and wear.
Can you find one?
Sure.
Also, can you use a number 3?
And I can use a number 3.
And what does this nano do?
This nano does a stun attack on, so stuns it out, lets you walk back. And it's too bad you can't hear the sound because when the guitar fires, it's sort of cool. It's just it plays a little riff, yeah.
So what are the limitations of the nanos?
Limitations in the nanos are they have only so much stamina. Every time you use them, they start to get tired. And after a while, they have to go back to your nanocom, the place that they live, to recharge.
And you can only have 3 at a time.
And you can only have 3 at a time with you out in the field. You'll have the ability to own dozens, but you can only choose 3 to take out. You got to go back home to. And let me try to get us to the cul-de-sac. Oh, there it is. So, in response to the invasion, the Eds have built a cardboard fortress that seems to be working, and they've enclosed the cul-de-sac around it. And even Plank has helped, becoming the gates. So this is the cul-de-sac, and it's straight from the show. Everybody's homes are there. So, for example, here's Eddie's home. Mac is hanging around here from Foster's home. So these characters will give you missions, sell you items, tell you what's going on. Eddie decided he's king, so he made himself a throne. Dexter's here. Who else's house is around? Oh, Ben 10. So party play is going to be relatively simple. Form a party of 4. You'll get your own chat channels, that type of stuff. A lot of the more tougher missions, you're gonna need more than just yourself. The concept is, because we're using nanos, if we organize ourselves before the party goes out, and one guy takes all the healing nanos and one takes all the protection nanos, we can be a lot more effective together by making sure our nanos supplement each other rather than, so I can, if I wanted to, for example, heal him, I can, for example, heal him if he gets into trouble. If I've got the right runner, if I got Mojo up, everybody in the party will be able to run fast, so you can get people to specialize. And so you're just making your class fit the party rather than running around saying, I need a healer, I need this, so forth. And there's a lot of good things about class systems, but because our player base is younger, we don't have a lot of time. So we want to make it fast for them to find each other, find friends, get to where they want to play, and not be sitting around going, okay, we got to wait for a healer to show up looking for group.
Is there any kind of boss battle we could take a look at?
I don't have any boss battles. There will be boss battles.
Okay.
A lot of them will be in instance environment, and the bosses we got, they look pretty damn cool, but we're not ready to show that yet.
Do you guys have any plans for a beta test anytime soon?
Beta test is going to be later, either late this year or early next year. We're taking a lot of characters, or taking a lot of names here, and that's going to be used as our basis for selecting beta players. Actually, if you go to FusionFall.com, you can sign up for the newsletter, and if you sign up for the newsletter there, we'll start letting you know when we need beta testers and how you can sign up for beta testing.
Okay. Do you guys have a projected release date for this?
Summer 2008.
A cape, all these different items you can collect in the game, and then equip as you will. Some of them will make you stronger and faster and better. Some of them are just there for looks, to make you look goofy or not. I love this little cap, but I have this Ben 10 cannon that I can do. One of the ways that you level up in the game is by collecting all of these super deformed versions of our characters, and we call them nanos. So each level you get a new one. The ones I have are Buttercup, Swampfire, and number 2 right now equipped. And so each one comes with its own set of powers that you get to use. And if you want to just use powers that make you better, then you can get those. If you want to have powers that make your group better, then those will work too. So right now, Buttercup has a stun power, Swampfire has a sleep power, and number 2 will make me run faster. So when I call him out, he gives me a little extra boost, and then whenever I call Swampfire up, they float alongside me and travel with me, and then whenever I encounter a monster, I can use his powers to make him sleep. So now he's kind of stunned, you can see, and I can start attacking him, or run away from him, whichever I want to do. And then Buttercup. Oops. There. So there, these nanos are sort of the fun part of it. And notice I have all 36 here that I can choose from. Each one giving me different powers and sort of changing the game play a little bit. Now, if you also what they do is they react to your mood too. So if you want to use an emote, and you start laughing, let's say, the nanos will of course emote alongside you. If you want to dance, there's dance.
Come on, dance.
And there you go.
They'll dance too.
He moved.
Yep. Better than me. So this is Buttercup. this is the Buttercup from the game. So you see the Buttercup, who's the sort of the NPC, and then you have your Nano Buttercup. And there's one other version of Buttercup in the game who is sort of an enemy version, but we'll have to show you that later. But so, oops, I didn't mean to shoot.
You've made the dreams of millions of middle-aged Cartoon Network geeks come true. You know that, don't you?
Well, I'm a big fan of of comics, DC and Marvel stuff in particular, and so like the DC Crisis on Infinite Earths, and Marvel Secret War, the idea of these big crossovers was always a big part of my growing up, and so I wanted to do that with the Cartoon Network characters. And some of these are older characters that we're going to be reintroducing to kids and to older geeks, of course, and some of them are sort of the more modern shows. That they just take place with like Ben 10 Alien Force. So you'll get to see both of those characters and how we interpret them. And so this is an area where you have more elements introduced. It's a little bit harder. So you have to use zip lines and bounce pads to move around. You have moving platforms and things. So the goal was basically to introduce more of a player skill, not just have it be character skill that we use in the game. So you have to practice this and get good at it, more than just letting your character level up to the highest level and then just having really tough character. You have to solve some challenges too in order to get there. We want you to explore the world. We want you to see if anywhere in the world that you want to get to, you can. I mean, we think that that's a kind of a where most MMOs you just sit on the ground the whole time. Both in Toontown and WoW, as you mentioned, both fantastic games, but they're not. This is a different style that we want you to feel like I can go anywhere and I can do anything, and that's sort of the goal. Because we hope that there's a lot of emergent behavior that this creates too, instead of just following our directed experience. That there will be behavior that people can just come and do whatever they want in this world.
They're winning their war against grown-ups. So it's a very kid-oriented world. It's also going to have a mixture of environments that you recognize from Cartoon Network shows, as well as new environments. And the environments that we do recognize may be a little different than what you're used to seeing. In addition to the environments being a little different than what you're used to seeing on the shows, the characters, many of them got overhauled for this game. So the idea here is, again, that some of these characters are going to be a little bit older. So some characters got more of an overhaul than the others, and we're slowly going to be revealing more of what each of these characters look like over time on FusionFall.com. So as the year progresses, please check it back and you'll see more of these characters and learn more about the game. But again, and this gives us a great opportunity to sort of mix these characters in ways that we've never been able to do. Along the way, you're going to be able to collect our characters. So in addition to meeting them in the world, you're going to be able to collect small, super deformed version of our Cartoon Network characters that you can take with you and take with you on your adventures and give you powers while you're out in the world. We're calling these nanos. And we're showing these, we have these at the game, and you can try out at the booth, 45. So come by and see how it works. These are the 5 that we're showing there. We also have, if you come to the booth, we'll give you an Eduardo nano, a little cell phone charm nano that you can have. If you sign up with us to learn more about the game, to learn the newsletter and get the sign up to the beta, we'll give you a Samurai Jack nano. And if you stick around for the end of this meeting, we'll give you a Forearms nano that's exclusive to this group. So that's sort of the backstory. Just one more thing, I want to go through a little bit of the game footage and talk a little bit about what you do in the world, like how you play this game. So this is an MMORPG that is sort of colliding with an action platform game. So just like a traditional MMORPG, you're going to be able to hang out with your friends. You're going to be able to go on missions with your friends. You're going to be able to meet new friends online, all very safely, very securely. You're also going to be able to develop your character over time, earn new items, earn new things that you can you can do in the world. Explore, as you can see here, like lots of different environments that go from urban to suburban to just out there, wild ruins. And I'll just play through. So in addition to just exploring, developing your characters, doing those sort of things, playing with your friends, you of course be asked to do combat. So like I said, these monsters, these fusion spawns that we're talking about, they're tearing up the world. It is your job to grab those weapons. A lot of them, as we said, are inspired by those shows. And destroy them. Beat them up. They're here to rip up our world, and you gotta defend it from them. Again, the combat style here, however, is not your typical MMO. This is meant to be a lot more action platform style. So a lot more player skill involved while we're running around, figuring out, trying to aim at the characters. A little bit more similar to what you would play on a console, like PS2, PS3, or the 360. Or Wii. Xbox. So, and as we said, there's going to be these areas in the game that have been infected, poisoned. So you're going to have to basically navigate through them, jumping on platforms, jumping on trampolines, sliding down slides, sliding down zip lines, using a little bit more, like I said, a little bit more player skill, so that you can come back to these areas and play them over and over again. We sort of compare them to an MMO dungeon, where there's always something new, some new reason to go back there and accomplish something. And again, this is, right now we're showing Sticky Beard's ship from next door that's been infected. Sticky Beard's kind of been kicked off of it for a little while. The fusion spawn is stolen all because it's candy goo. This is Megas XLR, which has been stuck in the green goo. So a lot of places you'll recognize that have just been sort of. And finally, the nanos, as I was talking about before. So the idea here is that you can collect a lot of different nanos throughout the course of the game, but you can only take out 3 with you when you go out to play in the world. They're very much like a collectible card game, like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh, where you basically assemble your deck every time you go out into the world. So in each of the nanos is going to give you different powers. Some make you jump better, some make you run faster, some make you be able to attack monsters better, all kinds of different spells. And so of course when you go out into the world, you can choose whichever ones you want. If you just want to play with the Powerpuff Girls because you like the Powerpuff Girls, then you can do that. However, if you want to be a healer, then you can go out and just pick the ones that allow you to heal your friends. And the idea is that you can talk to your friends about what they're using so that you can pick nanos that
unstoppable force has traveled the galaxy for eons, consuming every civilization it encounters. Its next target, our world. The only thing standing in its way is you. We're making an MMO, and we're doing it Cartoon Network style. For the first time ever, team up with your favorite Cartoon Network characters on the quest of a lifetime. Create and personalize your avatar. Explore a huge world of rich environments. And best of all, collect your favorite Cartoon Network characters. Join us in 2008 for a completely different kind of gaming experience. Cartoon Network Universe, FusionFall.